Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Stay Connected, the podcast who help businesses to stay connected to the world. So today I'm with Jacques Ollivier, the CEO of Orisha. Welcome, Jacques.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
You too.
Marco de Vries, who is the CEO of the BU Retail Chains.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. And Stefan van Diggelen, CEO of Optimizers.
Yes.
Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. We're going to discuss about the very exciting acquisition of Optimizers by Orisha. But before we deep dive into this amazing news, together, Jacques, what's up at Orisha?
Well, Orisha is going very well, you know, and maybe despite some uncertainty on the microeconomic or geopolitical level, software industry has always been very resilient and supported by secular trends in terms of digitalization of solutions and everything. And of course, what we want is not just to follow the trend, but to outperform the market. So 2024 will be again a very good year. And if we look back a little bit, last year we took advantage of the year, which was quite a little bit quiet in terms of M&A and external growth. And we took this episode as an advantage to reorganize the group into business unit, as you know, and to rebrand the group. And now in 2024, M&A has started again with two major acquisitions so far, which is Optimizers, hello, and Guyana as well. And I'm very glad to talk about it today with this gentleman who has helped a lot.
Yeah. Wow, such a good news. Yeah. Marco, how would you describe the retail market in terms of dynamic? And maybe you can describe also the BU retail chains, the number of employees, the offer, and so on.
For sure, Jerome. So I think as Jacques already hinted a little bit, I think we can say that the retail market is often a bit of a turbulent market. It quite follows what's happening at the geopolitical level. Social economic trends are impacting often quite a lot in retailing. So we do see that brands itself who do direct-to-consumer retailing, as well as multi-brand retailers, they may be struggling a little bit, but generally we still see a pretty strong strength in many of the markets. Some countries are struggling a little bit more, others are doing better.
All right. And what about the BU retail chains? Tell me more about this amazing business unit for Orisha.
Yeah, our business unit is focused on working with brands and retail chains. We typically work with mid-sized to larger retail chains, international presence often. So our customers, they are normally present in dozens of countries. And we really are a very engaged team of more than 300 professionals. We have offices in France, Spain, as well as the Netherlands. And now, of course, with Optimizers, we strengthen our position in the Netherlands as well as in Sweden. But we'll be discussing that a little bit more. You may also know that the business unit retail chains, we are, until the acquisition of Optimizers, primarily focused on offering a very strong unified commerce-based store solution. So point of sale, in-store management of promotions, stock management, movement, preparing orders that may be coming online. Mm-hmm. But there's more to that. There's an online world, there's e-commerce, and that's why, of course, we wanted to work with Optimizers.
Thank you for this perfect introduction. So, Stefan, let's talk about Optimizers. Before we go any further, could you briefly introduce yourself and the company? Who is Optimizers?
Yeah. Well, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Stefan van Diggelen. I'm the CEO of Optimizers. 51 years old, married, 3 children. And my history is in technology. So I'm a software developer myself, or at least I was. Today it's no longer that much appreciated. But I really like to think about, together with developers about the technology and how we can make beautiful products. At Optimizers, we bring the best e-commerce solutions, the e-commerce experiences to our customers throughout Europe. And we basically do that by offering two different e-commerce enablement platforms. The first one is Tweakwise, and Tweakwise is a product discovery platform, meaning that we take over the search functionality of a webshop. And at the moment that you are looking for a certain product in the webshop via certain search algorithms, we make sure that we show the products that you are actually looking for. And in the result page, the product lister page, as they call it, we also offer extra products. So we do recommendations and personalization of the product offerings that is visual to the consumer. Via Tweakwise, we are able to boost the conversion rate of orders on a webshop. So these kind of products are very crucial, especially in difficult times, for customers to make sure that they actually can continue to grow. And as optimizers, we contribute to that growth for our customers. Secondly, we have a product called Core Suite. And Core Suite is a composition of different kind of products, enabling our customers to basically do everything what is between the placement of an order in an e-commerce platform and the actual delivery of the parcel at the front door. These are different modules. So we have on our e-commerce platform, we have Core Sales. And Core Sales is the native app by which you can register an order via a product catalog. Then we have Portal, and Portal is the B2B portal for business-to-business sales. And there's also Core Commerce, and Core Commerce is the business-to-consumer portal. So basically we have in our Core Suite 3 different products enabling our customers to receive online sales orders. Then after the order has been registered in the system, you also want to collect the order. So for that purpose, we also have a WMS system. And also the actual delivery of the sales order can be done via our Core Suite software. So that's the actual delivery at the front door. And in the Netherlands, about 85% of all the packages goes through our systems. So we are an important market player from that perspective. In Sweden, in the Nordics, we position our e-commerce products as Vendere, and that's our B2B and B2C platform for sales in the Nordics. And Tweakwise, the Tweakwise technology is fully integrated in the Core Suite as well. So as Tweakwise is platform agnostic, so you can integrate Tweakwise in, for example, Shopify or Shopware or Magento. It's also fully integrated in our own branded e-commerce solutions, so that we can offer the best e-commerce experience also in our own branded products. So we bring these products throughout Europe with a team of 180 professionals. We are located in the Netherlands and in Sweden. And currently we run about, our target this year is 25 million. And from the start in 2006, we were always able to make a double-digit growth. And hopefully together we will be able to continue to do so.
Yes, for sure. Yes, for sure. Thank you very much for this presentation, very complete. Jacques, a question for you. How does this acquisition fit into the group's external acquisition strategy? Because we talk a lot about e-commerce, and it sounds like the best of both worlds between offline and online now. What do you think about?
Yeah, the first thing is that the Optimizer's offering is totally complementary to what the BU retail chain does today, and reinforce and strengthen really our offerings in the retail industry. That's the first thing. Second, they are really, they tick all the boxes we need. They are state-of-the-art in terms of R&D, complied perfectly, sometimes even a little bit in advance to what we, as compared to what we do at the Orisha level, which is really important. They are profitable. They grow. They have a very good track record in terms of growth and the financial records. It's an M&A platform. They have a proven track record in terms of acquisition in Sweden, in the Netherlands. It's more and more important for us because we see our acquisition like M&A platform as well as organic growth platform. And finally, there is a criteria which is really important for us, and usually it's what I begin with. It's the culture of the company we are targeting. And for once, I was a little bit frustrated, not because they do not fit our cultural framework, but because we first talk about financial, R&D, offering, and finally, I met Stefan at the very latest moment, and I remember that maybe 2 or 3 days before the signing of the contract, the SPA. I took my car. I decided at 2:00 one day to take my car and to have this dinner in Marco in the middle of nowhere. It was a really nice dinner, actually.
Exactly.
Very nice table. And it's really important to meet people and just to see what the story behind what we can assess through the Excel and spreadsheet and so on. You know, to have this. It was quite short, very pleasant, and I understand, given the track record of Stefan, that it would work.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to keep in mind that it's also a matter of relationship. Maybe first of all.
First of all, it starts with a human adventure, and then if the objective criteria are met, it's okay. We can go forward. Yeah.
Thank you, Jacques. Maybe for both of you, Jacques and Marco, what is the main perspectives for Orisha retail chains in terms of direction, strategy? Not too much details, but long story short.
Well, long story short, I think that it has already been a little bit clear now that the way I presented the business unit retail chains as we were until a few weeks ago. What brings optimizers to the table, as Stefan just explained, it's like bringing the best of both worlds together. And we see when we sit around a table with retailers and brands, a lot of them are still struggling with how they can, in a very effective way, bring together online sales and offline sales, or the sales that take place in stores, but also all the other use cases around it, like a return, for example, if something doesn't really fit. And there's a lot of complexity there. And we are very convinced that together, by bringing both product offerings together, we will be, I would say, a unique player in the market to give this experience to our customers, to really have this unified commerce experience really made real. No? And I think there's a lot of speaking around it in the market. There's a lot of players, software players as well, who say they can do it and who try to do it. And I think conceptually we all see it, but making it happen is not so easy. And we will make it happen.
So nice to hear.
Yeah, I can add to that.
Yeah, please, Jacques.
We have kind of an obsession at Orisha is to reach 100 million euros for each of our current BU, actually. And that's part of the game. And also reaching 500 million euros in 2028 latest, means that we should have a better mix between what we do in France and what we do in Europe outside France. And Optimizer's acquisition allow us to double the share of international business from 10% of our revenue before to 20% now. It's not balanced yet, but it's on a good track. Yeah.
If I may add, because before we spoke about culture as well, and I was lucky enough to meet Stefan a bit before Jacques did, and I think we already had a pretty good feeling from the beginning onwards, understanding what we speak about. But I also would like to make a reference to just 2 weeks ago we had the pleasure to visit the teams, both in Sweden and Stockholm as well as in the Netherlands together. And you really see that there is a similar culture as what we're seeing in the business unit retail chains. Profile, the way people work together, an entrepreneurial spirit, very open. And I must say, I've been welcomed in a super warm manner, and I'm still very grateful for that. So we really are very keen on starting to work together, get going.
Amazing, amazing. So, Stefan, let's go back to the positioning of optimizers, if you want. How optimizers helps concretely its clients?
Yeah, we serve 1,350 customers, even more.
Yes.
And for these customers, the present time can be very confusing due to the fact that the world of on and offline sales is, in most cases, strictly separated. These systems do not communicate together. And if you want to have a unified commerce experience, as Marco just explained, you need to connect systems that are not really built to communicate with each other. And the developments in e-commerce are going very rapidly. The introduction of AI, where you can do things with photo recognition, the natural language processing, that you basically can type whatever you want in a search field and that it is interpreted correctly. And also analyzing consumer behavior via AI are developments in our field of business that are going very fast next couple of years. Our customers expect that they will be ahead of the pack and that they will continue to perform good. And I think that as part of Orisha, we can guide our customers and help them to basically have a unified commerce experience where you have both your POS solution and your e-commerce solution integrated together, enabling them to do sales, online sales via stock that they have in store. But also when you do not have certain products in your store, that immediately you can also place a web order. And also do the correct customer product recommendations based on the behavior of the consumer. These kinds of things are very important to our customers and for retail chains.
Sure.
You see these developments, and especially the mid-size companies, they usually have not the budgets to basically build everything themselves. And then finding a way in the field of all these different solutions where a lot is promised, and then implement it and have it integrated together, that's a hell of a job. And I think we can help our customers with a unified commerce solution where they have an out-of-the-box offering where everything works seamlessly. And I think that will be the future for our product. Online and offline sales cannot be separated anymore. And together with Orisha, as part of Orisha, I expect that we can make our customers more happy.
Yeah, surely. Can I add something
Please,
about
Jacques.
this position? I have often been asked by M&A professional asking, if we are going to horizontal solutions as opposed to vertical markets. First, optimizers is very good in the retail industry, for sure, 70-75% of your revenue. But I think it's a good food for thought because optimizers' expertise in terms of e-commerce, especially B2B, in the B2B business, might be very useful for BU real estate or construction as well. And at some point, we should think how we could combine the optimizer expertise throughout different business units at Orisha. That's something for the future.
Yeah, we can see a lot of opportunities in this matter. Yeah, thank you very much. So Marco, now what are the maybe the next steps for Orisha retail chains plus optimizers in the future?
Well, I think we're very practical people. No? We like to do business. I think
especially you.
Well, I think you will find some other people who are quite practical as well. But you will get to know them. But yes, I am very practical. I think the last few weeks we've spent mostly to make sure that the teams get to know each other. We just had a fantastic business academy with quite a few people from Optimizers joining us in Paris, because it's very important to immediately create connections between the teams.
It's so important.
Super important, and we'll be doing that even more in the next weeks and months, also for the product teams, etc., etc. But since we're practical people, we're also going to be looking clearly to all kinds of business opportunities that we have identified. We have already identified concrete clients on both sides where we think, hey, here we could go and pitch our joint solution. And of course, that's one of the things we're definitely going to be focusing on. But there's more to it. The moment you start talking to clients about your joint offering, and we can also start explaining it further to the market. Well, you know that here in France we have 2 big retail events coming up: Paris Retail Week in September, Tech for Retail in November. Well, we're definitely going to be announcing a lot of interesting stuff, but we're definitely also going to be announcing some areas of collaboration between optimizers and the original business unit retail chains as we had it before, no? Because I'm sure that the market, particularly after this podcast, they cannot wait. They want to know more. So we're going to be announcing that very quickly as well.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for this exciting conversation. Thank you for joining me. Have a nice day and see you soon.
Thank you, Jerome.
Thank you, Jerome.
Thank you.